Well, it's a familiar family debate. Maybe you're having it with your own kids right now as you get ready to go back to school. How old should your kids be when they get their first phone? What are the ground rules? And how can we protect our kids as parents from the dangers lurking online? Our Dustin Grove is in this morning. Now, this is something that you had to deal with recently.
Yeah, my 13-year-old just got her first phone, and she's been asking for it forever. She's really been hoping that she could get it earlier, right?
Right.
But we wait a little while until she turned 13. Everyone agrees, you know, the kids should get the cell phone when they're ready. That generally seems to be somewhere between 11 and 16. So what happens once they have it? Well, I talked with parents, police, and other security experts about what works, what doesn't, and the best apps out there to keep them safe.
Like most preteens, Landry LePage is on her phone a lot. It's a lifeline to her friends.
She's going into middle school. Her friends are very important, so there's lots of group messaging, group texting, that type of stuff.
But mom and dad are always watching.
We had seen, the horror stories and had know the worst that could happen, and we were worried about someone trying to fish for the innocence of our kids.
Last year, police nationwide made more than 10,000 arrests for internet crimes against children, including predators who use social media, online games, and messaging apps, pretending to be kids themselves, trying to get inappropriate pictures or to meet up in person.
No, it doesn't surprise me, no.
Detective Jason Reynolds says right now police are investigating 24 cases in Boone County alone. Earlier this year in federal court, a judge sentenced this man to prison for terrorizing young victims online. Prosecutors say he went by Brian Kill, but used 14 other aliases to try and get explicit photographs. If kids didn't provide them, he threatened violence. So, what can parents do?
I think parents' involvement is probably the #1 way to protect your children.
Experts recommend looking through your child's phone regularly to see what's on here, and also actually clicking into these apps, because when I click on what looks like a calculator app, it asks for a passcode because it's really a secret photo album.
On Facebook, some parents told us the kids have to turn their phone in to mom and dad every night so they aren't tempted to scroll or chat all night long. And the LePage family got help from their cell phone provider.
They have a great family plan that offers what we think to be extra layers of security, and we have pretty much all the control over the phone.
To approve all contacts and every app before it's downloaded to the kids' phones. Whatever your rules, experts say set them early, stick to them, and be prepared for pushback.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Our daughter's a performer. She wants to make the videos and she wants them to be seen, but we don't know who's on the other end of TikTok. Ultimately, it boils down to you still are the parent. You still need to be in charge and take the steps to protect your children.
This is so important. Our kids say, well, don't you trust me, Dad? We tell her it's not you we don't trust, it's everybody else out there. And Detective Reynolds says we should have a conversation with our kids about the dangers of what can happen.
Yeah,
Carlos.
speaking of those dangers, and no one likes to talk about this, but kids can be coaxed into texting inappropriate pictures and things like that.
That's right, and that's why they need to tell an adult. They need to be told to tell an adult, right? Because once that picture goes out, kids need to realize it's out there forever.
Right.
They can't control it. Coming up in the next hour, Carlos, we're going to be talking about the top parental apps available to help you out. Keep an eye on what your kids are doing online, what they're getting, what they're sending. We'll have more on that coming up in the next hour.